Hi, Loy Machedo speaking to you from loymachedo.com. Who's Loy Machedo and Think Person Branding. Today the date is October 15th, 2017. Time right now is 3:14 in the afternoon. All right. I got this question from a lady who asked me, Loy, could you give me a few tips before falling in love? Apparently she fell in love with all the wrong people. So what I've done is I've made these tips that I feel that can help you when falling in love. These are rather logical or analytical steps that you need to consider or keep in mind. So, what are the logical steps in falling in love? First and foremost, you need to understand that when someone falls in love, they never use a logical mindset. They always use emotions and feelings. Oh, he makes me feel like this. Oh, she looks so nice. Oh, the sex was great. And, so they give you all these emotional stuff, and they try to make sense out of nonsense. It's more like, oh, I love him because, and they cherry pick the reasons. But I have thought of these 9 points that can really help you. So let's quickly get into them. The first one, what you need to understand is, fine, after the attraction or the main thing is over with, let's say for a guy, he looks at the body, he looks at the figure, he looks at the face, he really likes the girl and he makes her feel very special, and the girl says, he treats me so well, he's so sweet, he's so kind. If you minus all that, remove all that, then what? What do you like next? Let's say in terms of a guy who likes a girl. Let's say she's no longer beautiful. Let's say she's no longer slim, she's really fat. Then what do you do? And in the girl's case, the guy, he pays a lot of attention to me, makes me feel special. Fine, it's not going to exist forever. He's not going to make you feel special forever. He's not going to pay attention to you forever. Then what? So that is the first thing that you need to keep in mind. The second thing, what you need to understand is there are so many other areas of their personality that you need to pay attention to. Let's say, for example, mental. Do you mentally both vibe well? On an emotional note, what turns you on? Does it turn her on? What turns you off? Does it turn her off? What are the things that turn you off about this person? Where do you both disagree? Logically, do you both meet at the same level? What about intelligence? What about in terms of how you analyze things? What about your mood swings? So these are things that you need to keep in mind, which is more than the physical. So the first one is, okay, fine, apart from the attraction, what else is there? The next one is, do you get along in these different other avenues or boxes? Number 3 is, we always tend to love the best of what we see. Because when the guy and girl is together, the girl will try to look her best, the guy will try to look at her best, his best, he'll behave his best, she'll behave her best. But what about the worst? What about the worst of their behavior? Let's say they're in a bad mood, they have a bad temper. How would you handle that? Or can you handle that? Have you ever seen the worst side of this person? Do you know the horror stories that this person doesn't want to tell you? Do you know the red flags that this person doesn't want you to see? So those are the things that you really need to dig out and focus on. Let me give you an example. A girl that I once dated, very sweet, very nice, absolutely understanding. I mean, she was too good to be true. So I kept asking myself, why is she single? And that question led me to digging out some things of her past. Remember this, if someone is too good to be true and they are still single, that's a massive red flag, okay? And they would give you excuses like, oh, I chose the wrong person. Oh, this person didn't take me as a priority. Well, it means you're definitely doing something wrong, okay? There's something wrong deep down in your psyche. Point number 4 is keep this much in mind. Money is a very, very important factor. Okay, money is exceptionally important because you need money, let's say, for setting up your house, pregnancy, children, medicines, getting hospitalized, unplanned problems that can come up. So is the person able to contribute at the same level, or is the person very demanding, or is that a massive difference? Do you have to take care of the person, or does the person have to take care of you? Ask the finance-based questions, because girls normally prefer a guy who is financially stable, which I don't blame them, because they obviously give birth to children and they want someone to take care of them. At the same time, the guy also wants a female who's of low maintenance, so keep that in mind. Point number 5, remember this much: you're married to the family, whether you like it or not. So if the family is filled with really weird people, chances are this person has also a little bit of weirdness. Like for even me, my family is filled with slightly really different people. I exhibit a different set of weird kind of characteristics. So everyone needs to keep in mind that it is you getting married to the family. So in my case, fortunately, my family is back home in India, so my wife doesn't have to actually interact with my family. She has to interact with me, but there are a lot of these weird bits about me that not many people can get along, because I'm a workaholic. I study, I like my space, I like to be left alone. In terms of my wifey, she has the typical characteristics of a family, but the beauty is her family is hardworking, simple. They don't have any of these vices. The only thing that my wife, which I would say is a drawback, is she loves, small little silly things which normally girls like. Thai girls, she likes collecting stamps from 7-Eleven. She likes eating Indian food. She loves, children and pets, and she likes to buy small earrings and bits and pieces. So that's manageable by me. Okay. The point number 6 is keep in mind. Monogamous relationship is a daily grind. It's a routine. Very soon, the magic, the spark will go. Me and my wife, I stay in the house. I work from home. So we're literally looking at each other 24/7. We sleep together. We get up together. Normally she sits here, but today, because I'm doing the recording, I asked her to go in so she could do her work over there. So we go out together. We shop together. We watch movies together. Everything together. So it becomes a day-to-day grind, okay? And you need to figure out ways and means to be natural without having to spice up the relationship. So I don't have to work very hard to keep her happy. She just likes to be with me. Once in a while, I take her out, let's say, to visit an aquarium. We go to watch a movie. We go to the shopping mall. So remember, it's a day-to-day grind. So keep that much in mind when falling in love, because initially it can be romantic. Later on, it tends to become a boredom. Point number 7, other factors. You need to consider very important factors like your ego, your privacy, your space, your mood swings, level of tolerance, your priorities, your goals versus her goals, her wants, her needs, what she considers important. Do you want to have a baby? Does she want to have a baby? Do you want a boy? Do you want a girl? Does she want to stay here? Do you want to migrate? Does she like your friends? Do you like her friends? Are you allowed to do some things? Is she allowed to do some things? What about your privacy? What about your secrecy? Like in my case, I share my passwords, email address, everything I share to my wife. She's not bothered. She shares everything with me. So can you be totally transparent with each other? These are the important factors you need to keep in mind. Point number 8 is your relationship, does your partner consider you a priority or an option? For example, I know that there are women, for them, their child is their priority. So if I were to marry a girl who has a child, for her, I am always an option. Okay, I'm not a priority. And for example, you're getting married to a man who has a kid. For the man, his kid is always a priority. You may not be that important. So keep these factors in mind. Like for example, some other people, their friends are more important than their loved ones. For me, I've told my wife, the most important thing apart from family, the most important thing that feeds us and brings food to the table is my brand, my business. So she knows that is my pride, and she's absolutely okay with that, because I work, I don't flirt, I don't fool around with other women. So she's okay with that. I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do anything. She also doesn't smoke, drink, do nothing. So keep this much in mind, that these things do come up. So what is their priority? The point number 9 is when you're at your worst. Okay, when you're at your worst, sorry, I repeated that, when you're at your worst, your best and worst. Point number 9 is, let me write it down so I don't. The chemistry, the connection, and the similarities. See, what I mean by chemistry, connection, and similarities is, do you both get along? And do you have the similar values? Like, for example, you're a Muslim, she's a Hindu. Do your value systems match? Do you like your privacy? Do you like to be alone? Like, for example, I told my wife, I don't like kids coming into the house. I don't like friends coming to the house. I like it being quiet. So does that match? Fortunately, like I told you, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do, drugs or go to clubs and all that. My wife also doesn't smoke, doesn't drink, doesn't go out, doesn't, mix around. So we match perfectly well. Whatever I like to eat, she's okay with that. Whatever she likes to eat, I'm okay with that. Only thing difference is the spicy bit. So we have, when she cooks, then she separates the stuff and prepares accordingly. We connect very similarly. We have the same vision, the same values. And the hobbies, I like to study, learn, and read. She likes to do her business quietly. So we're very similar. So these are the 9 pointers that I feel you need to consider when going into a relationship. So if I just were to encapsulate it, the first one is after the sex or the attraction is over, the honeymoon phase, then what? The second one is what is beyond the thing that you're looking at? What is beyond? What are the other things like mental, emotional, logical? Then you love the best. What about the worst? Can you handle the person at their worst? There are some people who shout, scream, and abuse and throw things and break things. You never see that, only when it's too late. Number 4 is money, which is a very important part of the equation. Number 5, remember that you're married or you're falling in love with the family also. Number 6 is the day-to-day grind when it becomes monotonous. Number 7 is ego, privacy, mood swings, tolerance. These are the other factors you need to keep in mind. Number 8 is, are you an option or are you a priority? And number 9 is, most important, is the chemistry, connection, and other similar parts, which I forgot to also put in, is the trust factor, the trust and the friendship, which is very, very important, because without trust and without friendship, I don't think a relationship can survive. So chemistry, connection, friendship, trust. So anyway, these are the points that I wanted to share with you. Live from Machedo.com, who's Live Machedo and Think Personal Branding. Let me know what are your comments down below, whether you agree, disagree, whether you think, no, this is not right. Love to hear from you. This is me saying goodbye for now.